What is going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of June 22nd and the 23rd of 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Well, I hope you had a great week. I hope that full moon energy is not too crazy or intense, or maybe I hope it's the most magical thing you can experience. It's kind of a weird ride with Neptune, but I hope you're doing well. And yeah, it's going to feel like a total full moon weekend. So it's definitely going to linger on. The moon is in Capricorn. It will be all weekend. So that's just, right? Sun's in Cancer. It's just a full moon, right? It's not the exact opposition like we got on Friday, but definitely feeling a lot of lingering energy. There can still be a lot of intensity. Could feel better though. Maybe it's the weekend, and I think that maybe that takes some pressure off, maybe certain goals or things or career stuff. Maybe we can, use that weekend to give us a break and kind of get us in that to more of the Cancer. We just had the solstice. Like, let's get back to personal stuff, do stuff that's fun, take care of our families, get taken care of, get nurtured. Definitely want to try and take care of ourselves this weekend, right? And maybe that's what this moon in Capricorn can, step up to the plate for. And if it wants to, dedicate to something, maybe it's like self-care, personal care, emotional, care. Like, have that, take responsibility to take care of yourself and the people that you love this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, step up to that plate. It's also a trip because the moon's going to be at 11 degrees. I'm sorry, not Neptune. Get out of there, Neptune. Mercury, they're going to be in opposition. Well, guess what? This weekend we do get we do get a grand cross with the nodes. We're having Mercury square the nodes same time as the moon is squaring the nodes in Aries and Libra. So big cardinal cross. Um, kind of crazy. Kind of kind of interesting. Mercury squaring the nodes is saying we need to assert ourselves, especially vocally. We need to assert ourselves mentally. We need to really be able to delineate emotions and feelings, especially opposite the moon. And like that's again like stepping up to the plate, taking accountability, being accountable for what needs to be expressed, for our own thoughts, being accountable, and then being, responsible for how we deliver messages and how we express, communicate, and also take in information from others because the South Node is in Libra. So I think that a lot of it is definitely a focus here on people. Okay, this Saturday's chart. Um, I don't know why I thought it wasn't for a second, but the people, our relationships, so much of it is connected to that, and so much of it is connected to the asserting of our identities and who we are. We're also seeing Mercury come off the sextile to Mars, which is again great for like, and honestly, with Venus coming up on that sextile this weekend too, I think that helps a lot at bring sort of charisma, if you will, to like the playing field, kind of charming but yet assertive, and then coming with that dispositor, it's dispositing the South Node in Libra and taking some of that Libra qualities, but like putting it somewhere, right? So it's almost like if you have to, you gotta have the guts to say something and say it with a little bit of, what are the kids saying these days? Some riz, some swagger. I think it's right. It's confidence, and that's what I was talking a lot about with the full moon horoscope. Is like bringing that confidence, within yourself to the plate. So definitely an interesting Saturday of being able to confidently express yourself and in a responsible manner. Um, Speaking from integrity deep within ourselves, really providing truth, providing substance, that's important, whatever it might be. I mean, it could be something amazing, it could be something big, kind of having to make like big decisions. The moon's also going to sextile Saturn, which is not a bad thing today. I feel like it's just kind of helping us take the necessary action, take the necessary approach to what has to be done. And kind of, I think things are going to feel really good this weekend when we do kind of hold ourselves accountable and do the necessary. I think a lot of it, like it could be self talk for some people, but I feel like it really has to do with people in our lives right now and our relationships. I mean, it could be friends, family, romantic. It could be all of the above. But really being able to talk and express things is quite important. We are seeing the sun at 1 degree of Cancer, of course, and coming off that quincunx over to Pluto, which can bring a pretty big punch. But it's like it's an awkward sort of way of expressing ourselves and emotionally. But I think the deeper we dig into, it's almost like the things you feel weird about saying are the things that need to be said the most. And it's almost like you know it. And like, so we have to have like some awkward, like a little bit of awkward dialogue here and there to like really see what's going on and like see what's under the hood, if you will, in certain situations. So it is a very unique Saturday. And that square to the nodes is definitely like a moment, which is noon on the West Coast and 3 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast, and into, pretty much like 2 hours from like at 12 to 2 o'clock or 3 to 5 o'clock. Like, definitely something interesting could happen in our personal lives. Just dealing with people and our, certain conversations that get thrown back and forth. So I would definitely keep your eye out for what goes on there, because it's definitely a moment, Grand Cross with the nodes. That's like and with the moon and Mercury, those are the two fastest moving planets, and they just kind of happen to just right there. It's kind of crazy. Mathematically pretty wild. So we come to Sunday and we see that the moon is at 25 degrees. It's going to finish up in Capricorn, and it's going to sextile Neptune. It's going to trine Uranus, and it's going to square Chiron. So it's still sensitive. It's still heightened emotions because we're still feeling full moon effects because of the opposition of signs. And that moon's still going to look full as ever all weekend. And then it finishes off the day with Pluto. So it's a whole smorgasbord of emotion, of sensitivity, of creativity, of wanting to maybe liberate, do something a little different out of the norm, maybe try something new. But then also like this little bit of doubt that creeps in with Chiron, this little bit of insecurity, this little bit of something that's kind of holding you back just enough from doing something magical, from doing something liberating, creative, unique. And then we get to Pluto, and it's just like, by the end of the day, it's almost like we feel extremely, almost like proud of ourselves in some way because we did something so maybe out of the norm, or we expressed an emotion out of the norm, or something came through and made us feel something out of the norm. But how we handle it and how we take that responsibility is so important. And I think it can feel so good. And it could be like a deep intensity that's kind of like, it's yeah. Or, it's kind of going to feel like miss something. Like something's incomplete. And I think that incomplete feeling could be, I mean, it's just one of those incomplete feelings. It doesn't feel that great. And then Venus is going to come even tighter with the sextile to Mars. So I think like charisma and confidence and really being able to relate emotionally, but based on, of course, values, but, really like common ground and acting upon that charisma, I think is like, boom, super cool for people. And I hope you feel a little bit of that confidence this weekend, because it's there for you and it's trying to have us break out, liberate, do something different, express ourselves. And I do think that can be super positive. We're also seeing Mercury sextile Lilith and even Juno a little bit, but definitely Lilith. Like, being able to express yourself is going to feel like the purest form of yourself. Holding back is going to make you feel like you missed something. And it's going to make you feel like you didn't cover all your bases, dot all your I's, cross all your T's. And with the moon squaring Chiron, it could definitely be. We don't need to go there. Let's just be assertive. It's North Node in Aries. We have to say things right now. they can come from the heart. They can be beautiful things, but it's like if you don't have the confidence to say it, why not? And even if it's a big, even if it's something important that maybe isn't the most fun thing, like we still got to have that grit to say it. And I think this moon in Capricorn this weekend, still full, it's definitely trying to pull some grit out. It's trying to have us be mature, responsible, and handle business. And Sunday is just like, you can kind of have every little piece of everything if you do take care of what needs to get taken care of. And I don't think it's like a career move right now. It could be, but I think it's more of the self-discipline and the your own charismatic nature to put something out there. And I think a lot of it's emotions that need to get expressed verbally. So I hope you have a great weekend. I apologize. I am tired tonight. It's been a long week. So I'm just kind of like scraping through this this horoscope with you guys. I apologize. Long week. Card for the weekend is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you know what? This is definitely supposed to be very confident card, very strong, very secure. Knows how to really create, get what it wants, especially from that queen perspective. And we need to find that this weekend. We need to really get that. The kids say Riz. Gotta find that Riz. And kind of like that's where I think little things shift and change and start making us feel really strong again. It's almost like little moments like that have that ability to kind of shift things. And we got the Four of Wands in reverse. Well, it's the homecoming, happy-go-lucky party card, and it's reverse, so it might not feel like some big, party, or, we might not get some congratulations or applause for, some of the things that might have to get brought up or dealt with, but it's definitely there. And I think it's about you giving yourself your flowers, for shaking things up, saying what's on your mind, doing things that make you feel good. And I think that's where, it's at. So we got to give ourselves our flowers, this weekend, and not expect them to be handed out by someone else, but definitely be on your game when it comes to either taking in information or expressing information, because that is where the universe is dropping us something kind of special, especially Saturday. All right. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Peace.